Hey guys, welcome to Draw My Life by Jessica Makeup. Please ignore the drawings. I'm a really terrible drawer. I was born 10/17/1991. That means I'm 21 years old right now. I lived in a blue house with my mom and my dad until I was about 3 years old. My mom and my dad are both firefighters for different departments, and my stepdad is also a firefighter as well as my brother. We moved from the blue house about 10 minutes away to 10-15 minutes away to a brown house that my dad and his friends built. And it was just us for a little while. In 1996, my little brother Jordan ruined it. I'm kidding. And was born. I wanted to name him Discovery Zone, but my parents didn't want to. Discovery Zone is kind of like a Chuck E. Cheese. We'll call this school number 1. I went to a school from kindergarten to second grade, and I had lots of friends. I was involved in Girl Scouts, and I remember a lot of good memories about that school. In second grade, I was about 7 years old. My mom and my dad got a divorce. I remember that. I remember that day. I remember everything, and I remember exactly how they told me and my brother. So basically, it's for the best. My mom and my dad are still pretty close friends. Also, during this time, I was involved in dance for about 7 years. I was not good at it at all. My dad ended up moving into an apartment, which at first I hated, but then I met Virginia and Sarah and was really excited because, I mean, you guys obviously know who they are. We're like best friends, still to this day. My mom ended up moving to an apartment, which is where I would go to school number 2. And we lived there for a year. And it wasn't too far away from where we originally lived. So 3rd grade, I started chorus, and I really liked chorus, but I didn't have any friends or anything like that, and that was just not my favorite school at all. 4th grade, my mom started dating Robert, and so me and Jordan left our little tiny apartment, and we stayed with Robert and his son Ryan, who is my age and my grade, everything. We moved into a big blue house, which is actually where my mom lives today, so that ended up being really good for us. I ended up going to a new school, so we will call this school 3, aka the school I would eventually graduate from. I had a lot of friends. Actually, it was a little harder for me to meet friends, but my best friends were Tom, Lucas, and Chloe. None of us keep in touch anymore these days, but that's okay. Also in 4th grade, one of the biggest tragedies in the United States happened, 9/11. I remember everything. I was old enough to know, and yeah, so. My mom married Robert, and I ended up having a new stepbrother and a stepdad, and we were all one big happy family when I was in 4th grade. Middle school came around, and me and Tom and Chloe were still really good friends, but we kind of started to drift a little bit. 7th grade, I started Spanish, and I was really excited because it was so cool. I got to learn a different language, a whole different culture, but I was never really good at Spanish, which is sad. 7th grade, I also realized my love for writing, so I started to write, and I wrote all the time. I would show it to my English teacher, and she would judge it and everything. I liked it. Me and Chloe stopped being friends in 8th grade. A lot of stuff happened, and we just weren't friends anymore. So I met a new friend. Her name was Taylor. We were best of friends. We did everything together all summer. She went camping with me. I also started dating my first boyfriend summer of 8th grade going into 9th grade. Also, my friend Brianna, which you've seen on my channel, moved to my city, and I was super excited because I missed her and never really got to see her. Also, the summer going into 9th grade, my dad left the apartments that he was living in, so it was goodbye Ginny and Sarah, and we moved to a new set of townhouses where he lives today. 9th grade, I'm in high school, finally. I was still dating my boyfriend, and me and Taylor kind of stopped being friends. She was friends with people that I wasn't friends with, but that's okay. So it was me and Tom that were still best friends, and then I met this girl, Becky, who would become my best friend all through high school. 10th grade. Me and my first boyfriend broke up the day before Valentine's Day. That was kind of rough, but whatever. We don't talk anymore, so it really doesn't matter to me. Maddie and Jason became my best friends. I was friends with them beforehand, but after me and Spencer broke up, I really leaned on them for a lot, so they became like my best friends. In June, I started dating another guy who I would be with for almost 4 years. In 11th grade, I went to prom. Not my prom, I went to Ginny's prom at her school, and it was a lot of fun because it was just all new people, and I didn't have to worry about anyone not liking me because it was a one-night kind of thing. I also went to Costa Rica when I was in 11th grade, and it was a lot of fun. I got to teach little kids down there English for a little while, and I don't know, it was amazing. Christmas of 11th grade, one of my really good friends from Ginny's school ended up passing away. Her name was Jessica. She was 16 years old. So that was kind of rough. Finally, I'm a senior, yay! Yeah, okay. So, me and Tom were still friends, and I met Kara, who ended up being the best friend I could have ever asked for. I went to senior ball with Becky, and I went to senior banquet with Kara. Also, for my senior project, I got to teach first graders Spanish and have them present it to a board. It was really awesome, and they were really, really good at it. Also, I went to New York City for my senior trip, and I roomed with Kara, Katie, and another Kara. It was absolutely insane. We were there for 5 days, just so much fun. Just insanely, like, the most fun we've ever had. I also worked at Wegmans during this time period, and it was about 2 years I worked there, and then I quit and ended up working at a daycare. Also around this time, me and my brother started making videos, just silly little videos that, you know, really didn't mean anything. I still have some. If you guys would like me to repost them, let me know. We started putting them on YouTube, and we just thought it was fun. And on the sidebar, I started seeing like hauls, tutorials, other little silly videos. So I don't know, I was like, wonder what that is. So I started watching one and watching a few of them, and then I realized someone was doing an elf haul, and I was like, what? And like hard candy haul, and I was like, what? And then I realized these were makeup brands, and they were cheap makeup brands, and XX Makeup Club X was the one that did them. So I ordered from Elf and put out my very first video, and it turned from me and my brother making silly videos to Disney Freak, going to the 555, which was a lame little makeup channel. I also graduated in 12th grade. It was obviously in 12th grade. It was a lot of fun. June 2010, me and my boyfriend broke up shortly after that, which was actually very rough on me. We still keep in contact today, so we don't completely hate each other. I went to one of the first colleges I went to, and I met Cassie, and she ended up being a really, really close friend of mine, and we still talk even to this day. And I went to college originally to be a teacher. So I worked at a daycare. And I worked with the 4s and 5s, and I helped them graduate to go to kindergarten, and it was a lot of fun, but I realized it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do forever. June 5th, Chelsea died. I will link the memorial to her below. That was a really rough time. Chelsea was a friend of mine. Then I left CCC, the daycare I worked at, and it was really hard because I loved my kids, and I will never forget them. They inspired me so incredibly much. I was 20 years old when I got my license. I was deadly afraid to drive, and eventually I ended up getting it, and yeah, my parents were really excited that I had it. And eventually I wanted to start with a real channel, so I made Jessica Makeup, and I absolutely love it now, and it's the best thing I've ever done for myself. And me and Sarah ended up making our own channel called Sarah and Jessica's World, and it's always linked below, vlogs. It's just so much fun. We're best friends. And this is around the time me and Kara started drifting apart, which was really hard because she was one of the best friends, and I still love her and think about her every single day. 12/26/12, a really close friend of ours that graduated a year after me, passed away, and it's been hard. So I ended up changing colleges to go to beauty school, which I will be starting in September, and I'm really excited about it because I actually get to do what I love. So I now have 1,000 subscribers, and I cannot believe how much fun this has been and how many opportunities I've actually gotten. So one of my best friends through middle school, high school, and all through college, I ended up dating, and we are still together, and it's amazing, and everything is just perfect. In May, my grandpa died, and it was a really, really tough time. My boyfriend was there for me, my sister Sarah was there for me through everything, and I couldn't love them more for that. Also, I just got a puppy, Minnie, and she is annoying and bites on everything, but I love her to death. Thanks for watching my lame video. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and check the link